Today's the day.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing The Woman in the Yard.
Why can you never get this name right?
I don't know. I've called it so many different things.
The chick in the cornfield, the lady in the lanai.
But then we settled on the bitch in the back.
I like that the best.
I do
That's my
too.
favorite. The Woman in the Yard, directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, delves deeply into the complexities of grief through its protagonist, Ramona, portrayed by Danielle Deadwyler. After surviving a car accident that claimed her husband's life, Ramona is left physically injured and emotionally paralyzed, struggling to care for her two children in their secluded farmhouse. This profound sorrow manifests in the form of a mysterious veiled woman who appears in their yard, serving as a tangible representation of Ramona's internal anguish.
How much were you looking forward to this movie?
The trailer gave me goosebumps. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to love this film. Mm-hmm. However, I did not.
I didn't either.
It
so
was
disappointing.
Oh, it was such a letdown.
I know.
And there were many reasons why. I felt that the story started off pretty strong.
Yes.
And then for me, about halfway through, it completely fell apart and went into so many different directions that it was hard to follow. I couldn't understand it. Things didn't make sense. And that to me made it very disappointing overall.
Yeah, you kept whispering to me, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. And then at some points I'd be like, okay, I think I know what's happening right now. But then I just didn't. I thought that it was going in a certain direction and I liked where it was going. But it had too many ideas and it didn't mesh well. And this movie is based on a book, and I bet you the book is probably really good.
I wouldn't be surprised. There were moments that the acting seemed like it was really, really good, and then all of a sudden there'd be a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, that's total overacting.
Yeah, it was like very forced.
Yes. And I then, once that happened, then I was almost like I was looking for it.
Yeah.
And another disappointment.
One thing I like about films like this is the use of one location. But I don't think it helped this film, unfortunately.
No. And even when they went to a couple of other sequences, it got messy. One thing that was very distracting to me, and I don't know if it was this way for you, but the mom's injury, her leg, fumbling with the leg brace, the crutches, all the movements, I couldn't stop focusing on that. And I felt like that was taking away from me getting, further into the story.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way at all?
No, I agree with you. I don't think her not having a brace would have saved this film,
No.
At all. We're going to go into spoiler territory just for a little moment. We're not going to give away too much, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about another thing I found distracting, and that was the disappearance of the dog. And
I knew you were going to have a problem with that.
I really did. I'm sorry. When you have an animal in a film and you don't give me answers of what happened to it, I guess I'm glad I didn't see any harm to the dog.
But you don't see it, but you kind of know it because you saw what happened to the chickens.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I don't know. I don't like that. We do not like films where there's harm to animals, obviously.
Yeah.
Another thing was, and our friend pointed this out to us, if this is like the woman is in the dark corners of her mind, how did the kids see her and how did the dog know she was there?
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that didn't really make a lot of sense.
Big mess up there.
Yeah. One thing that I also found a little distracting is I felt like the apparition or whatever she was looked like, what's her name? Grace Kelly? Isn't that her?
Yes!
Didn't she look like
Yes, because of the squared off shoulder
and
pads.
the short hair.
And the short hair, that's... No, wait. Grace Slick! Grace Slick! Not Grace Kelly! Grace Kelly is a dancer!
Grace Kelly's a dancer?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes!
Yeah, that's Gene Kelly.
Oh. Who's Grace Kelly?
I don't know. Let's look her up.
Grace Kelly was also known as Princess Grace of Monaco. She was an actress and a Hollywood star who became a princess in 1956.
No, she didn't look like Grace Kelly.
It was definitely Grace Slick.
Wait, are we sure it was Grace Slick?
Yes!
I don't think that's who I thought it was.
Nah, hold on.
I don't think it was Grace Slick.
It is.
No.
Wait. No! Who's that?
No. This is a hot mess.
This is terrible. I know who you're talking about.
Wasn't she a singer?
Yes.
Or something?
It's Grace Jones.
It's Grace Jones. I don't know.
What had just happened there?
I don't know.
What did you say?
I said Grace Kelly. Then it went
to Grace Slick.
And then you
now
said
it's
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly
was a dancer. But then I said Gene Kelly was a dancer. And
now we got back to Grace Jones, which is who she meant. Which is actually kind of ironic because we can't get the name of the movie straight and we can't get the name of the person of this lady straight either. Yeah. So there you go. Overall, this movie, I do not recommend it. I would save your money and I would not waste your time.
Yeah, maybe read the book, although I haven't read it. But I bet you the book is a lot better. I mean,
I would think so. What do you think happened though? Like, how could you spend all this money on a film? I mean, not that it was a huge cast, and I mean, it really did just take place in one location, but how could you spend this money on a film and leave it so messed up with all of these holes?
Yeah, it was.
I don't get it.
I felt like it was almost like they rushed to get this film released and didn't take their time on, okay, let's focus on this, dark part of her mind, or, let's focus on, there were so many dark parts of the story, and I was hoping it would go to Babadook territory. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. I thought it was great, but about mental illness and
sadness, grief, regrets.
I love those kind of movies. But
it had potential.
It did, but it
just didn't go there. Nope. One thing I did like about it was the sound design.
Yes.
I thought that it was very the sounds, it was very haunting. The music was creepy, so I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric.
Yeah.
And they did have a couple of jump scares that were very effective. I know you don't like jump scares, but there was a couple of scenes, like in the, what's it called, the garage.
Yeah.
It was very tense.
The use of shadows.
Yes.
That was good too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What?
I want them to redo it.
Yeah.
Try again. Do it one more time.
Maybe they'll remake it in like 5 years or something.
No, God!
I think a film like this that deals with all of the themes of grief, depression, loss, regret could have just done so much more with it. It went off into too many different places, and I feel like they just had a perfect opportunity to get that message out there, and they blew it. Yeah. Literally.
I mean, well, they did put that little, at the very end in the credits.
Yeah.
But
again, that didn't save it.
No, it didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm very, very disappointed. I'm so tired of being hyped up for movies only to be let down.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching our review. Please remember to like
and subscribe.
See you soon.